Hi, this is Allie at Allie Katz Crafts. I'm here to bring you another video on the Paper Pumpkin Special Delivery, January 2026. With this card kit, you get delivered in your mail, and you kind of know what's going in there, but it's mostly a surprise. You only get like tidbits of hints. So you're going to be making 9 cards with this one. You get 3 different colors of envelopes, the blue checkers. I think it's blueberry bushel, I think, if I remember correctly. Yeah, blueberry bushel. And then you have this one, some kind of a green. It looks green to me. I can't tell. I mean, I'm putting it with green paper. And then you have the one that looks like this, which is pink. And it looks like it could be bubble bath, but I don't think that's what it is, but it sure looks close to it. It says bubble bath. So that's the card you'll make. You get enough embellishments to do 9 cards. However, I don't do that. I make whatever I want. I try and do 30 out of each of my kits if I can. If I can't, I can. Can't, that's fine. But I get as many as I can. I bring in other things like papers and different stamps that go with it. This is what you could buy separately. It's really worth it because look at that. You're going to get a tulip and the word beautiful. And I use that already in one of my cards. So we're going to make 2 cards today. And I'm going to show you some of the stuff I brought into it. I will be using this out of the stamps because this came in it. Is this because it comes with stamps, an ink spot, everything you need except for scissors. So that's the stamps that come in it, and I'll be using this cancel stamp one. I'm also going to bring in August 2023 Meaningful Flowers. I'm going to use that flower right there because it looks a lot like them. And I'm going to use my embossing folder. It's called Stone and Vine 3D. I pulled out my Stamps of Life stamps, which I need to start looking at my stuff more. My friend Allie from Allie's Creations said, look at your stamps, look at everything. And that's what encouraged me to pull out the paper pumpkin stuff. And sometimes I forget to do that. But when she says it on her video, I'm going, oh, go back to that, Allie. Come on, pay attention. So I looked at my anniversary stamps. I have a container of anniversary and Valentine's all mixed together. And I found this, and this is the anniversary stamps, number 2 from Stamps of Life. And their stuff never expires. They always have it on their website. Unless they get rid of it, then they send it on the last chance. And so it says, happy anniversary, different ways. Enjoy your special day. Wishing you a best wishes or whatever to both of us. Today we celebrate the best decision you ever made. I'm going to use that. May your life together continue to be blessed. I wish I had found this at the beginning because now I have to go back and do all my cards, go back and put that stamp on the inside. I love that stamp. I also am going to go back to my Layers of Beauty. I've been using this happy anniversary. I'm going to pull out these little flowers and this little leaf out of here and use these. And this is a Stampin' Up, and I think it's retired, but it's a wonderful set. I've been using the happy anniversary the whole time. But now that I found this one, has 2 different happy anniversaries. They're all cool. I have a choice now, which is really nice. So that's what I'm going to be using this. So like I said, we're going to make 2 cards today. And I'm going to start with the one that has more of the Stampin' Up stuff on it. And then we'll go to my other one. So this is what I'm doing. I have right here, this is out of the kit. And this is out of the kit. These are both out of the kit. It's the envelope. I only have little bits left, so I cut up that. And I'm going to layer that just like that. I also brought in the Balmy Blue paper. And what I did was I cut that at 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then I put my paper cutter and I cut it just like that so it fits on both sides. My envelope, my card base was 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. I scored it at 4 1/4 and then folded it. And then what I did is I stuck this in my trimmer. And I'll get my trimmer out so you can kind of see what I did. That way you know, so that if you want to do it, you can do it. So you will take your trimmer, and you'll get your card base, and I'll just grab a random one. I usually have them hanging out right here on my desk somewhere. Here's one. So I will take this, and I'll cut from here to here. So I will show you. That way you know what to do. So I'll put that little spot and that spot right in the little canal thing, and I'll take my paper cutter, and I will cut it. And that's how you get that cut. And you remember those 2 little pieces of that paper? It'll layer perfect once you cut it down by 1/4 of an inch on 2 sides. So that's how it looks. So that's how you do that. I'll use that in another card, so it's not a big deal. Then I embossed it before I did that, these particular ones. So what we're going to do is we're going to put together this one, and the other one is partially put together. I just wanted to show you exactly how to do it so that you would know. So I'm going to grab my glue, which is right here. Hopefully it's warm enough because it's freezing out here. It's better than it was earlier. My hands were like frozen. I finally got them unthawed. Stuck them by the heater in here. I have 3 heaters going. You know what? It's not. Let me grab my other glue. I have another one. I'm going to put this right in front of the heater so it's ready. I could put it under my armpit, but I want to start gluing right now. Okay, here it is. So what I want to do is I want to glue this piece to this piece. So I have my glue. Put that right there. I'm going to glue this to this. I had this glue in the house with me this morning, finishing up some cards for a craft fair that my friend is doing. She says, I need these. She sells, what is it called? All of a sudden my mind went blank. So I'm going to put this right here. But it's kind of flimsy, which I did not think about that. So I'm going to grab a scrap piece of paper. I need to put it on the back and then cut it out. So I'll put it on this white one here. And you can see that's the part of the envelope that was where the tab was, where the top part went. So I'm going to put this right on here. And I should have already done this, but I didn't. Silly me. I'm going to take and put it right in here just right. That'll give it a little bit more thickness. I'm going to grab my paper cutter and cut it down so it matches up. So I'll line that up in my canal and cut that baby and do the same thing here. We'll set this aside because we could always use that. I don't throw away my scraps. I reuse them there. So now it's a little thicker, be much more sturdier when it goes on my card. The next thing I want to do is I want to get my dimensionals, which I have them right in here. Let me find my baby ones. Here they are, my little minis. I'll put them on the back of each one of these little flowers. Just like so. Okay, and then I want to put glue right on the bottom of these leaves to kind of ground it a little bit. So I'll pull out the backings. I like this alternative one that I did. I really like how they turned out. When you see it, you're going to go, whoa. At least I hope you do. I try and do different kinds. I could do the same one all the time, but that's not as much fun. The most I'll do is 3 of one, and that's only if I'm doing a stack and cut one. But usually that's all I do. And certain ones like if I want to show something off, I'll do 2 something, just because I like to show you different techniques. Okay, there we go. I need to put one right there under that one too, looks like. So I'm going to pull this one off, pull the backing like so, and slide it right there. Give that some, oh, that did not, it's showing off there. I don't want it to show off. So I got to move it and stick a little closer to the inside. There we go. That's better. There we go. Now I'm going to take and set it just like this. And I now know, do you remember what I do this thing right here? Take my sticky note and I'll put it right here. So I know where not to put my glue past. I better put it down lower, that way I know. Get this on as even as I can. And you can even bring it down so it's like that, but I kind of want to put it in the middle. So I'm going to stick it right there, line it up, and do this. Now I know not to go past that line. So I know to go only right here. Because if we go in that other area, it's going to stick to the other side, and then you won't have a card that opens up, opens and closes, right? You don't want that. So I'm going to put that right here, line up the best I can, and then double check to make sure it looks good. I'm going to press it down. Make sure it's down nice and tight. There we go. The next thing I'm going to do, I've already glued these pieces down. You know, this was supposed to go on the back. That's what I did wrong. I could pull it up really quick. Hold on. Because this is a little bit bigger. That's why I'm going to flimsy. I didn't realize, I forgot I had cut that. That's okay. Guess what? I didn't have it down there very long. That's the benefit of the wet glue is you can move it around. That's why I like doing wet glue. There we go. Now I like that. See how it does a nice little border around it? So we'll do the same thing. So I already know it's going to line up at the bottom corner or right about there. So there we go. So we will, oops, just came up. Well, I'll just stick it right there because I know I saw my little glues there, so I could tell. Put plenty on there so it stays. I'll line this up so it's nice and even. There we go. And then press it down. And there we go. See, it's perfect. See, that looks better. That's the look, and I just completely forgot. I don't know why I did, but I did. So the next thing I want to do, I have my two little pieces that go in here. One's going to go that way, one's going to go that way. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to move this stuff out of the way so I can do it, is I'm going to grab my sentiment right here, and I'm going to put it in garden green. So I need my Stampin' Pierce mat. I'm going to grab this one because I want to put the sentiment on this one right here in garden green. So I'm going to tap, 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 and I've already conditioned it. I'm going to stamp it right about there. I don't think you wrote those in camera. I'm going to hold it down for a minute and pick it up. Turned out really good. So now I have this cute little flower that I pulled out of, let me get that, show you again. Where's that? I have it right over here. I put my paper cutter right on top of my stuff over here. Oh, it's right here. This is what I'm gonna stamp, is this and this. So I'm gonna take, I'm not gonna use the garden green, I'm gonna use the Stays On one so that I can color it with my markers. So I'm gonna set that aside for the next card. Actually, I won't need to. I did already stamp that, so it'll go faster. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to put the little flower right here. Now, I chose this flower because, look at this. I didn't even realize it. They look a lot alike. Okay, now I'm going to grab my garden green again. I'm going to close that up really quick. But actually, I want to get the other one I forgot before I close it up. I'm going to take and put another flower on this side. Right there. Whoops, that's okay, because guess what? It'll be okay that it didn't do very good, because when I color it, you can't really tell. It still looks really nice, trust me. Trust the process. So now, this is your writing space, and I got a little goober there, but no big deal. Watch this. You still have writing space all over there. So we're just going to put a little bit of decoration here in the garden green to go with it. And we're going to go right there. I have lots of space to write. And plus, they'll have space right there. So there we go. So I'm going to take and put another one right here. And then one right there. Okay. I'll close this garden green. Then I'm going to grab my markers, and I'm going to use garden green and Zur Afternoon. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but you know what I'm saying. And these are the markers that my lovely friend Lori gave me. Thank you. And I use them all the time. I love them. And I'm sad that they're no longer available. I hope that these will last forever. Because unless Stampin' Up! Comes back with them one day. They tend to retire stuff and they start again. They tend to bring it back. So maybe if we complain, put in a complaint, they'll bring them back. Never know, right? So there's that one. And I'll color this one. like so. So you can't even tell it didn't stamp very good. I'm so grateful for that. I think I need to re-ink that because sometimes it does that. I don't get it. It just does it. I mean, even though I tap, tap, tap and everything, it does have a cloth path, so I can kind of just rub it on there, unlike the other ones that have the foam. So maybe I'll try rubbing it more. So we have that, and I'm going to get the garden green. And I'm going to color the leaves. I'm going to leave the inside white because if you notice on the original one from the kit, that one was white, the inside. Go over that little stem. I do like this card. I don't know if it's my favorite yet, but I think it's very pretty. And that's the whole writing space, and there's more writing space up here, which is really nice. So they'll have plenty of writing space. These actually are going to get donated to my church for all the people who have anniversaries the next 3 months. My anniversary is March 31st. However, I don't get my own cards back. She says, oh, I'm not going to send you your same one. So she always finds a really cute one in the store for me, which is really sweet. I kind of want my own back because I like my own cards. That's the thing. So I have the cute little greenery up there. So let's glue this together. And we'll be done with this card, and I can show you the next card. Now you can get that tape that they have. I think it's called, I don't remember. I don't get it because I don't want to spend the money because it doesn't last very long. And, okay, so a long time ago, I know that I tried the tape thing, but it's like, a while back now, maybe 10 years ago. And 2 years later, I go to get my cards out, and they're falling apart. The tape doesn't stay. So now I'm really afraid to do that because people keep them. And someone says, well, it doesn't matter. I mean, the card gets done. It looks really pretty. You don't have any glue on it. Da, da, da. And I go, but if you use the liquid glue the right way, you won't have a problem. So now I will grab out my embellishments. Actually, I want to use these ones. The Boken mix, whatever that is. I don't know how to say it, tell you the truth. I'm going to put 3 on here. 1, 2, and 3. I think it's Boca mix, but I am totally not sure. So we'll go with that for now. I don't know where I put my taker pick. I've been getting cards prepared because I can't get out here fast. I can't get out here very much. Let's put it that way because it's so stinking cold out here. Let me see if this works. Nope, this one won't work. It kind of does. Well, let's pull this out. See what I can pick up. Oh, it does. Well, nope. This is an old tool. It says it's a taker picker, but I don't think so. It doesn't do a very good job. I've had it for years in my stash. Finally, I just stuck it in my drawer thinking, oh, okay, there we go. It worked for now. I got to find my taker pick. So there's the first card. Very cute, I think. So let's move on to the second one. Now this one, I already stamped it and colored it. And what I did was I used this stamp. I stamped it out. And it's basically the same thing. So I will show you really quick on a scrap piece of paper so you know what to do. So I'm going to grab my StazOn. And what I did was I took, let me get my Stampin' Pierce mat. I could use this another time, so I'm not really worried about that. So I'm going to try the rub on thing. Rub, dub, dub. Ugh. So I'm going to stamp it right here. Oh, that works. And do another one right here. And another one right here. That's kind of how I did it right here. Notice how I did it? Several of them different heights. Okay, and then I colored it. And you saw me color already. So I will save this for something else. I will use it. Okay. So that is how I did that. Then I colored it with the garden green and the This one right here again, what is it called again? Azure Afternoon. And I cut out the back piece. So the size of this, which I did not tell you the last time, and I'm so sorry, they're all pretty close to the same size. This one, the dark blue, is 1 3/4 by 4.5, and then the envelope piece is 2 3/8. But that's actually not one. This is 2 3/4 is the first one by 4.5. That's the dark blue, which is the let me see. I wrote it down. I just don't have it right in front of me. Not sure where I put it. It's over here. Oh, here it is. Night of Navy. The second little piece is the envelope, which is 2.5 by 4 1/16. And then the little piece from the envelope too is 3.5 by 2. So that's the measurements of those. And it's pretty much the same thing here, just a little bit different. The only difference is this Night of Navy is 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. And then this one is 2.5. This is going to be a 1/4 inch down, by the way, by 3.5. So I colored it, and I'm going to glue it together. We're going to do the same process. Just thought I'd save time by getting all this colored for you, because I know it would take a long time. I was trying not to get the video to go very long, because I tend to go really, really long, and I don't mind doing it, and I hope you don't, but I think it's kind of better if I don't. So now I'm going to do the same thing, but this time I think I'm going to line up the corner to corner because it's a smaller piece. So I know not to go on that side. I know I have to go on this side of the card. Okay, and then I'm going to put it right on my card and just line it up. Bring it up a little bit more. Get it nice and even. And press it down. Okay. Now I'm going to glue these down. I've already stamped it, Celebrate Today. And I did my flower and then a couple things. And did the same thing over here. Lots of writing space there. And there's some more if they need to. So when the church sends it out, they don't write a whole lot. So they like it when I fill up the space. So that's why I need to go back and fill up the space a little bit more in the other ones. And I'm not much of a writer either, so I understand that. I will send a card and say, Merry Christmas. Hope you have a wonderful day or something. I don't like to write a lot. Sometimes I write a lot, like if it's my sister. But usually I just say, have a great day or whatever, something like that. Okay, so there's that one. Let's put some pretty stuff on this one too. Okay. I will find my ticker pick. I know I will. I'm not too worried about that. It's somewhere in here. That's all I know. Put 3 on this one. I'll grab this little thing here. There, got it up from that side. That one right there. And that one right there. Okay. That card looks really good. So I like how these cards turned out. I think they're very pretty. I hope you like them. So there's the cards. So let's decorate our envelopes now. Grab my Stampin' Pierce pad out. And I wanted to put this on the outside of the envelope just for fun. Bring this in. So let's grab my garden green. Actually, you know what? I should probably use my Versify now that I think about it. Let me close my glue first, because I don't want it to dry out and hard to get the pin in, because sometimes it'll like bend trying to put it in there. So I have to be very careful. So I'm going to take and put this right here on the back, I think. I think that looks really cool. I'm afraid to put it up here because, I mean, the post office might not, like, approve of that. You know what I mean? So can you go either this way or this way? But I'm thinking it's more like this way. So it looks like it's been canceled. It's kind of fun, right? So now, let's throw a little flower. Get my stays on here really quick. Throw a tiny little flower in the corner here. Put that in there, just like so. I'm going to grab my little tiny flower. Where did I put it? Oh, it's right in front of me. Yeah, you guys are probably yelling at me. It's right there, Allie. Pay attention. Yeah, that happens sometimes. I know I watch videos. Other people do that too. It's kind of embarrassing, but it's kind of funny at the same time, I think. Because I do the same thing. That's what makes it funny. Oh, see, I didn't do very good there. But that's okay. When you color it, you won't be able to tell. And I'm afraid to stamp over it because it'll not be right. So let's grab our little markers out really quick. We'll do a quick coloring and we'll be done. It's a very fun, easy card. Hopefully you'll try it. Maybe you have these stamps. At least if you have the layers of beauty, you're good. You're set. You don't even have to use the paper pumpkin stuff. But you have the paper pumpkin, that works really good. Trust me. It's a beautiful stamp. When I had that kit, which I don't have any more to it anymore, I used it all. I made a lot of cards using that stamp. And I kind of got worn out with it until my friend Allie says, go check out all your paper pumpkin stamps. Sure, there's one. And I'm going, oh. All of a sudden the light went on. I realized she's right. I do remember which one was it. So I got my book out, which is really cool. And I looked, I'm going, yep, there it is. So I went straight to my box of stamps that I have all organized by month. And I found it. I was so happy. I'm going, she's so smart. You have to go check out her channel, by the way. Allie's Creations. She has a really good channel. She does really a lot of alternatives to paper pumpkin. She does incredible stuff. You need to look at that. So if you haven't been there, please go look at it. She refers people to me. We're friends. We like to show off what we do. You know? And it's about, it's about showing what we have and giving other people ideas. So if anybody ever wants to do what I do, copy me, I think it's an honor if someone copies you. That means they like what you did. So it's like, please, copy me. I don't have a problem with it. And that's how Allie feels. She won't have a problem with it. She loves it. I think that's really neat. There's not a whole lot of people like that. I'm going to color all these cute little flowers. Doing the garden green for the leaves again. Yeah, going back and use your stamps that you haven't used in a while. Or sometimes, you buy stamps and you never use them. And then all of a sudden you go back, you're going, what was I thinking? This is a beautiful stamp set. It's like I got this one a while back, many years ago. And it's called, what was it called? I can't think of the name all of a sudden. The wisteria one. Wisteria is one of my favorite plants, okay? It only blooms once a year. And it only lasts for a couple weeks, which is really sad. And I bought this stamp set and never did anything with it. And then one day, I was going through my stamps and going, oh, did I even do anything with it? I opened up, they weren't even touched. So I got out and I made a couple cards and I'm going, ooh, I like that. So I'm going to have to do a video on that one because that is a beautiful set. And I'm sorry it's retired. You can go on eBay and find it. I've done that a lot, find different things that I wanted on eBay. And you can get it. I do recommend that stamp set if you can find it on eBay. So here we go. Here's our envelopes. Very cute. And I used the postage stamp on it. Here's the card. And I didn't use anything stamping up here except for the colors. But I did do the postage stamp on there. And this one, I used the envelope and the embellishments. And it turned out really cute. I love these cards. So have a wonderful day, and thank you for watching. Please like and share it. I appreciate that. Bye.